Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of a Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. My name is Rick, and I'm joined with my roses.
Amanda.
And Kim.
And I'm sorry, there's something going on outside. I'm like struggling to focus. I don't know what I was supposed to say. Let's see. So I did that. It's Amanda and Kim. And if you happen to like what you're listening to, which at this point I still don't know why. Please help us out by subscribing, by liking, by, for the love of God, dropping a comment somewhere, anywhere. I beg you. Emailing us at romantasyroundtable@gmail.com. You can follow us on Bookstagram, sure. Or you can follow us on Book Talk, where we're very active. And I think that's it.
How's
everybody doing?
How are we doing?
I'm good. I was double checking our numbers. Thank you to our subscribers on YouTube. We're now up to 30.
Look at us.
Dang.
And
I don't even know 30 people.
Right? 1628 views total.
Look at us. Thanks, everybody.
That's like 30 views just in like the last day. So that's impressive.
The people are engaging. Thank you, people who engage.
You're engaged.
I am engaged.
I will answer the question. I am doing well. Y'all, I am changing Bartholomew's food for the 4th time in the last 3 months. And I feel like I have enough random leftover cat food right now that like I could just start a cat rescue on my own in my apartment here. So if anybody needs a lot of wet food, I have a lot of random wet food.
Email us at romantasyroundtable@gmail.com. And if you're local to New York City, you could have cat food.
And like fancy limited ingredient stuff too, because still not quite sure what his tummy actually likes.
Poor bud. Poor friend.
I mean, he's fine. It does not affect him. He's just, looks like an overgrown gerbil and shits like a lion, as Misery said in the last.
Misery says.
Speaking of Jewish werewolves, we have a lot on our plate today.
So we're recording a double header. We're recording Mate right now, which you'll hear when you're hearing this. And then we're also going to record the first episode of our Quicksilver series. So we gotta power along now. We are reading Mate's chapters 27 through the end.
And in celebration of our Jewish werewolf friends, I'm going to eat my bagel.
Hell yeah. Where's the bagel from, though?
It's from this place in New Jersey. I don't know.
But like a bagel place?
Oh, yeah. Okay. What am I? The fucking, I don't know. I don't know it. Like, I know like an Italian one, like a fucking stunad. I don't know the Jewish version of that.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Stunad, like, you stunad, like.
Nope.
No? Like
neither of us know.
Like you're an idiot. Like you're stupid. You're stupid. So I don't know the Jewish equivalent.
It's not a Walmart delivery bagel.
No. This is from Bagel Delight, I think.
I think in Yiddish you would use like meshuggah. Like what am I meshuggah? Like what am I crazy?
There it is.
Do you have avocado on that?
Yeah, I put a little avocado on it.
Good, not Jewish, but it's okay because it's delicious. And he's got his little cappuccino.
I do my cappuccino. In order to talk about low.
I got water.
Not Jewish.
Water. Staying hydrated.
Jewish.
It's not Jewish.
We didn't have it in the desert.
I don't think anyone owns water as like part of their culture. Maybe like Moana.
Yeah.
We're staying hydrated for our next episode when we do talk about lack of water.
Yeah. In our interlude, we're gonna have some cocktails. And then in our second episode, we're gonna talk about like it's like Mad Max land in that book. All right, that's not what we're talking about yet. We're talking about Mate. We're jumping in at chapter 27. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter summaries today are from ChatGPT. Chapter 27, the morning after their intimate night, Serena wakes up to chaotic pancake making by Saul and Amanda, while Cohen joins in with sleepy charm and quiet longing. When he drives Serena to Layla's, he asks to talk privately, revealing the heartbreaking truth. His mother was the Alpha of the Northwest, his father her forbidden mate, and both were killed when the cult exploited their love. The Alphaba, nope. Different book. The Alpha Celibacy Covenant exists to prevent that tragedy from repeating, meaning Cohen can never have a family or her. Serena confesses her feelings, but ultimately vows to take the suppressants and leave once the crisis is over. Cohen agrees, though his eyes are empty when he tells her to go. It's the chapter where love meets duty and both lose.
You said duty. I have no idea what's going on in this book. I read this is like 3 books ago.
This is the one part with the were butterflies and the were crabs.
That's what I have. So I said, why are there no were butterflies? I don't understand that. I asked somebody too. I forgot who, but what is up with the wolf?
I don't know. Why is it only a werewolf and not a were butterfly or a were cat? There was like a were cat type situation in From Blood and Ash.
Well, and also, Rick and I
different
talked about this, but in Crescent City, there's like shapeshifters of all kinds.
They're shifters, but they're not were. There are wares in Crescent City.
There are.
Also, it was in my note. I actually know why I don't like the nickname Killer.
Okay.
And it's because I don't know if you guys ever used the word, but growing up, I used that word a lot as like a negative, like calm down, Killer. So
it's condescending. Yeah.
Yes. So
but
like it wasn't I could never connect to a cutesy name, sorry.
All the nicknames are low-key condescending, right? Like princess is condescending, killer is condescending, violence is condescending. It's kind of like the condescending cutesy nature of the nickname, and it becoming like a loving nickname is kind of like that's the thing.
But this one I used in real life.
If anyone called me sweetheart, it was passive aggressive at the bar, and the bitch was telling me to back off because her man had looked at me wrong. But you can call me honey if you want, you know?
Right. It's the idea of like bless your heart, you know? It's like but it's also in this way, it's like reclaiming it. Like we talked on the last episode about the word cunt. And like the reclaiming of that. So yeah, he was using it sarcastically originally, but then it's become endearing.
Yeah. I also think there's like a moment later. I'll talk about this like at that point in the book. I have to find it because I think I highlighted it for real and not just in my notes. But there's a moment where I'll talk about this later.
All right, calm down, Killer.
Later moment. Calm down, Killer. All right. We also get I wrote Where's in Space. So Saul and Amanda are having a debate about like werewolves in space. I don't really remember the debate.
That sounds like a 90s movie.
Yeah. Well, I wrote it that way because of pigs in space, you know?
Oh, I do know that. Wait, why do I know that? Is that like Sesame Street?
It's the Muppets.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No.
Yeah, kind of.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. What?
They're both Jim Henson. I'll allow it.
So it's not until the next chapter that Saul like very briefly follows up on this, but he in the next chapter, at least, he talks about like, I'm going to write a book. And so he was like, there might be something to the were butterflies. We should talk further about this. So here's the next book idea. First, we got Howler, the app idea. And now we got wares and were butterflies in space.
That's what I'm here for it. I'll read it. Ali, you write it. I'll read it. Just a general statement. Ali, if you write it, I'll probably read it.
Sure.
All right. That brings us to chapter 28. So Serena goes into her appointment with Layla. Just as a reminder, she's going to her appointment with Layla, the midwife, to take the injection that will stop her heat. Something feels off, but before she can call Cohen, Saul's new friend, Jess, attacks her, revealing herself as part of the cult. Serena fights back, but she's outnumbered and knocked out. When she wakes, she's in a cozy forest cabin surrounded by eerily polite strangers, including a woman named Irene who claims to be her aunt. She drops the bomb that Constantine, the cult leader, was her father. Raise your hand if you're surprised. Exactly. Irene tries to convince her that the cult is just misunderstood. She shows her photos of her mother, Fiona, and manipulates her emotions until Serena is sobbing. But when Irene reveals they plan to use Serena to lure Cohen like they did with his mother, Serena realizes just how much danger they're both in. It's the betrayal chapter, family revelations, cult manipulation, and the promise of heartbreak and blood on the horizon.
Yep, no surprises here. But sometimes I don't need a surprise, like, you know.
Yeah.
But we're getting plot, you know? Like
there's plot.
We went through a lot of just sort of talking, bantering back and forth, hanging out around the cabin, some possible like intimacy. Does she have her bat? Sorry, guys, we're looking at Socket behind Amanda right now.
Yes, she has her dragon.
She's playing with her emotional support dragon, and it's
Playing with her emotional support dragon.
we love.
Me?
But yeah,
She saw you with that and brought her dragon out.
but yeah, so it's fun to get some plot. You know, like there's a kidnapping here. Layla got like injected with drugs, and so she like couldn't shift and was, you know, glassy-eyed on the floor. There's like sad cult children who are hanging out.
Who would have thought?
And yeah, crazy Irene, who's like, you're not stuck here. You can leave at any time, but I'm going to be nasty and manipulative by showing you like photos of your mom and being like, oh, she wrote you a letter and you can read it and all that kind of stuff.
Agreed. There are two really cute quotes here that I related to deeply, kind of related to Irene being super manipulative. She says, her tone is so perfectly sensible. I briefly feel guilty about acting rudely. Then I remember that I've been abducted, and I swear that if I make it out of this alive, I'll go back to therapy and divest myself from my people-pleasing tendencies. Same. And then the other one is, Irene chuckles, your father would have enjoyed you. This humor of yours, you get it from our side of the family. And Serena says back, actually, I get it from the need to proactively cope with a staggering amount of unprocessed trauma. She
Same.
might be Jewish.
Yeah.
Just a very self-aware Sicilian.
Just a very self-aware Sicilian. Yeah, so they're basically like the backstory is that Constantine challenged Cohen's mom and he won, and that makes Cohen an illegitimate heir. But the pack views Constantine as illegitimate because the challenge wasn't an authentic challenge, it was a trap.
He challenged Cohen's dad.
Yes, sorry.
But used his mom as the lure.
I thought it was the other way around.
No, I'm pretty sure it was his mom he used as the bait to bring him out.
But mom was the alpha.
Oh, do I have that backwards?
I think so.
I think so.
When I don't take notes, guys, just, you know.
It doesn't really matter.
Really infallible.
Yeah. Either way, they think that Cohen is illegitimate, but the pack thinks that Constantine is illegitimate. So that's like where the conflict is. And we find out obviously that Jess was the rat all along. Chapter 29 is when we meet our cult children. Serena's fever rises as her heat approaches, and she's stuck in Irene's cult compound with only a too sweet guard named, are we pronouncing this Nellie?
Unclear. Yeah. Nell or Nellie? I don't know.
Nele?
But Nellie sounds like Nellie's like a cow.
What?
Nellie sounds like a cult name.
Don't you call Nellie like a cow? Like, hey, Nellie? Or is that Bessie?
Bessie.
What the fuck?
That's Bessie. But again, Nellie sounds like I am stuck in a cult in some farmhouse.
I've never seen the sun. Agreed. So Nellie insists that the favored, that's what the cult calls themselves, aren't dangerous, just misunderstood. And she tries to indoctrinate Serena with talk of turning into wares. So Nellie is human. And Serena humors her, learning more about the cult's history and Irene's plan to use her as a symbol to rebuild their numbers. Irene finally gives Serena her mother Fiona's long-lost letter, which reveals Fiona's doubts about Constantine and her love for her daughter. Before Serena can process it, Cohen storms in, bound, bloodied, and furious, and everything explodes when Irene reveals she's Constantine's sister and that Serena's father killed Cohen's parents. My notes say, we meet Nellie and she's a cult baby. Oh, I love this. So she says, Serena, like they want to call her, what is it, Ava? Mm-hmm. They want to call her Ava, but she feels more connected to Serena. And she says, Serena was a spur of the moment decision by a nurse, but it's my name because I made it so. And she talks about all the things that she's done or accomplished with this name. And I appreciate that Ali Hazelwood gives us these 3 accomplishments in this order. Are you ready? Number 1, it's the name my sister calls me. Number 2, it's the name on my fucking degree. And number 3, a hot guy whispers it in my ear. I feel like Friends Waffles work. We've got our priorities in the right order. Thank you, Ali Hazelwood.
Thank you, Ali.
What else did I write? I shouldn't have questioned the prophet's word. Yikes.
Mhm.
Objectors are the reason it didn't work the first time. Double yikes. And then Cohen says, lady, fuck you and your tea, which I really liked.
I don't
liked
think I
this
have notes
chapter.
for this chapter. I think I was just reading.
These are my last notes.
Yeah, I forgot to take notes.
I do like learning more sort of about the cult. And so, we learned that Fiona, Serena's mom, was one of like many, many, many human women that Constantine had surrounded himself with. And so she did like end up getting pregnant. And they were like praying for baby wares basically. And they were like all praying that they were going to be turned into wares themselves. And so, yeah, it's gross. It's like super gross cult.
Yes, I mean it feels
Hold
like
up,
a
pause.
cult.
What's a great cult? Aren't all
I
cults
don't
super
want
great?
to. I don't want to get canceled.
The almighty spaghetti monster.
Capitalism.
Oh.
That's the most palatable thing I can say. Chapter 30. Yes. Irene drops the final bomb. Cohen killed Serena's mother. Calm and unflinching, he admits that he led the raids against the cult, killed Constantine. What?
I'm piecing this together. I'm piecing it together in my head.
Okay. He led the raids against the cult, killed Constantine, and may have slain Fiona too. Serena spirals, grief, rage, and disbelief, while Irene twists the knife literally, taunting Cohen and feeding Serena's fury. When Irene slides Serena's knife towards her, the room holds its breath. Serena steps forward, trembling, and instead of striking, she slices through Cohen's bindings, choosing love and agency over revenge. She could have destroyed him, but she chose to free him instead.
So so her dad killed his parents, and then he killed her mom and her dad, technically, and then ate his heart and spit it into the sea, and left the body for the vultures. So cool.
Yeah, and this is what I wrote here. So like you're wondering, but not really. Like, is she gonna kill Cohen? Right? She got the knife. He's all tied up. And obviously she lets him go. What I wrote is, I said, of course she isn't going to kill him. We don't have time for that in this book. This book is too short.
It's a short book.
Like, had the book been longer, maybe she would have stabbed him and then like thought it through. But we don't have time for that. We're skipping that part.
I don't need that.
This is not 8 books of Throne of Glass here. This is
I don't need that. Ali has an editor. Everyone else needs one.
But I did have one other thing I was going to say about that, and I forgot.
Is this I don't think it happens in this chapter. I think it happens at one point later, where she's like, Serena wants to know, like, did you kill my parents?
That's later.
Did you kill my mother, or was it someone else? And
he's like, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I'm the alpha.
Right.
He was
everything that's done is an extension of me.
Yeah.
That might be here because I don't have many notes later. Yeah.
It is in this chapter. And that's why she's like so enraged and upset, because he's like, I don't remember. And she's like, how can you not remember if you killed my mom? And he's like, there was a lot of humans that they put in front of us that were between us and Constantine. Like, we were trying to get to.
And he was like, the only ones we killed were the ones that like attacked us or like were in our way. He's like, we didn't kill anybody else.
I'm not in the interest of killing like unarmed, innocent humans. And he didn't kill Serena.
Right.
Or the other children that were there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't super know that yet, but we kind of do. All right. Chapter 31. Cohen's seconds crash through the windows literally to rescue Serena in a blur of glass, claws, and chaos. Cohen fights his way through the cult's wares, shoving Serena behind Saul for protection before taking off after Irene. Serena helps calm terrified human survivors, including Nellie, before collapsing from fever and heat. When she wakes in Cohen's cabin, surrounded by his seconds and Layla, she learns Irene escaped and the cult still has members in hiding. Layla examines her and delivers the worst news. Her heat has already begun. It's too late. And also it may have been too late by the time, because her heat is progressing so quickly because she's a hybrid. Slash, she really loves Cohen. Layla quietly gives her birth control pills instead and tells her the truth. Everyone knows what's coming, but no one will tell. Cohen will stay with her through the heat, even though it could destroy his position as alpha. In this chapter, she refers to a headache as a dragon-worthy migraine. and I saved that for later. In addition to, I have to remember to vomit about that later. Those are my 2 quotes. And then they just leave. Everyone just leaves Cohen and Serena in the house.
Yep.
Yep.
Really funny. Like, they all know what's going to happen. You know?
Right.
They're
like, here's the condom, be safe.
I want to tell a story, but I don't know how to tell this story without like blowing up someone's spot who I don't think listens to this podcast, but theoretically could. But all I'm going to say is, like, it's like when you say goodbye to a wedding, like to a couple at the end of a wedding, but this couple is like 24 and super Christian. And you say bye to them and it's like, bye, have fun having sex, goodbye.
Yeah.
That's how this feels to me.
Good luck.
Right. Right. Oh, we're having a baby. Oh, congratulations. You fucked a lot.
Like, good job. Good job. I think I've mentioned this before, that whenever John complains anything about parenting, obviously John is a fantastic dad and we love his baby so much, but you know, parenting is hard, I imagine. Rick, nod because you agree. Yeah. And Tristan said to him, are you ready for this? Don't shoot the slime if you can't do the time.
Nice work, Tristan.
And now they say it all the time.
Okay.
They're always talking about shooting slime and doing time. And it's horrible and I hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
This podcast is not brought to you by that quote.
You should feed
Tristan's
that
not in the
line.
room, but he should say it.
We should have Ali Hazelwood listen to this episode, and so she can include it in her next book.
I think it sounds very Ali Hazelwood.
Yeah.
She'd say it. All right. Anything else on chapter 31?
Nope.
All right. Chapter 32, Serena showers, overheated and spiraling, only to find Cohen on the phone when she walks in. And one look at her sends him feral. Her ceremonial markings, which were painted by Nellie, the green markings, are mating symbols, which we know because they talk about that in Bride. And Cohen can barely hold himself together. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I tried to wash them off. And he's like, please don't. The tension snaps into soft laughter and painful honesty as they finally talk about their parents' deaths and their impossible connection. I think this is where he shares that even if he didn't kill them, that like they're an extension of him. Despite everything, they reach for each other anyway, Cohen promising he'll never regret it. What follows is their first kiss, equal parts tender and desperate, leading to a wild, breathless prelude in Serena's heat nest. Just as things heat up, pun intended, great work, ChatGPT, Low calls. Cohen grudgingly answers, and Serena falls asleep surrounded by his scent, safe for the first time and forever. I actually don't like the way ChatGPT did these notes. So basically, she does the game where she's like this hand or this hand. And he picks the hand where she shows him the nest that she made. And she's so proud of it. And he gives zero shits.
He does. He gives zero shits. He actually says, my instincts are less about making nests and more about wrecking them.
And she's like, oh, right. That's what this is for. I just like made a cute little nest. And it reminds me of like back in like the Tumblr days, like Taylor Swift posted like a bad drawing and somebody was like, what the fuck is this? And she was like, stars, do you like them? Like that's my notes for this chapter just say, stars, do you like them? Because that's how it feels. It's really like she fixes a pillow for like 1,000 years. It's very canine. Like,
yeah. Oh, actually,
the velvet pillow is just slightly off. Hold on.
Yeah.
For us.
Funny, I didn't take it as canine. I wrote, I feel like she's a bird.
I felt like a bird too. That's what I thought too.
Yeah. Okay. It's animalistic for sure.
Yeah.
So that happens. And then Cohen's like, what would have happened if I picked the other hand? And Serena's like, nope, you don't get to do that. You don't get to have both. And he's like, okay, humor me hypothetically. And she basically says like, I want to make sure that you don't regret this. You know, I don't want you to just do this for me. And also like, I'm about to be out of my goddamn mind. And I want one thing that feels like we decided this in our right minds. And so that's when they have their first kiss before her heat officially starts, which I thought was really lovely.
It's cute.
Until.
And then the next 50 pages.
Yeah, I will say you guys finished this before me and you were both like, the whole rest of the book is soup. And so I was expecting the whole rest of the book to be soup. Y'all, there's like a chapter and a half of soup.
It
It's
just feels like so much longer. I don't know.
a whole chapter and a half. Like there's no rest from the soup. But there's a lot of other stuff that happens in these chapters.
Yeah, but again, like we talk about pacing, and so this is like almost 2 chapters straight of just soup and knots and bodily fluids and all of that. And then there's like 2 chapters where it's like wrap it up,
Yeah,
So,
like
Yeah.
my notes for the next, I feel like they're 10 chapters, but my notes for the next however many chapters is the plot of this book is soup. Like that is the plot of the book. Like the cult is like tacked on as something else to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. I think I would have preferred if this happened like 5 chapters earlier, and then we could have had more occult stuff at the end. But I kind of felt this way about Bride too. Like it's just the soup is it's written like a contemporary romance. It's not written like a romantasy. And
see, I feel the other way. I actually feel like, to me, Bride was more about the mystery of like, is Serena alive, and are we gonna find her? And then this, I feel like it's flipped, where that's secondary to romance, which I don't care. But that's just how I read it.
yeah, I think that's a reasonable take too. I also think 5 years from now, if I ask you what Bride's about, you're going to tell me it's about knots. And if I ask you what Mate's about, you're going to tell me it's about heat.
Maybe. Probably. Yeah.
Or he's going to be like, I don't remember at all. And then we'll be like, knots. And he'll be like, oh.
That one. All right.
Speaking of knots.
Chapter 33. Serena wakes in the middle of the night. It says drenched in sweat. It's not sweat.
Not sweat.
Heat has fully hit. She thinks she's dying. So she tries to like sneak away to call Layla. Cohen wakes up and is like, no, come back to bed. And she's like, let me take a shower. And he's like, please don't. What follows is primal, tender, and overwhelming. Cohen's
not tender.
Takes control. I would argue it's actually tender.
Really? All right.
If it wasn't, he at one point is like, I can't go fast because I will hurt you. And then the next 4 days are going to be impossible.
Okay, fine. But also at one point he says, and I'd like to preface this by saying this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. He also says, be good and take my knot, which I hate so much.
Girl, how long have you been reading Romantasy? That's the thing.
I hate that. Everything about that sentence.
Like
this chapter. Sorry, Amanda, you can go.
That's the like, if you like look for like Romantasy shit or even like romance book stuff on Etsy, what you're gonna find is that long ass acronym. What is it?
Yeah.
It's like shut the fuck up and take my dick like a good girl. Like that's
that's fine. It's the not parts that I don't like.
But that's the book.
I know. No, I know. I'm totally fine with it. I'd wear the other shirt.
You would.
Yeah.
But also too, like, I mean, at the beginning of this chapter when she's like, I have to wash it off, and he's like, please don't. And then he like manhandles her back onto the bed and like goes at her with his teeth. And so like, I don't know.
Literally
tender.
He bites her butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later in this chapter, I think the absolute worst line in this book comes out. And I'm also kind of horrified to say this out loud in front of our 30 subscribers. But it's the line where he says, as he's nodding, this is where my cum goes.
Hated that. Hated it. That took me so out of the moment. I'll talk about this when we get to soups.
Such a tender chapter.
Dude, I loved the pre-heat soup, and I was disappointed by the heat soup. I'll talk about this when we get to soups. But like this whole chapter, I was like, man, I don't know. It just didn't have to be like that. You didn't have to say those things.
I felt like I was in the fever dream with them.
Maybe
this is why I
this
felt
is what
them so
we're
long.
reading.
such a good writer that she just put us in that stratosphere. Okay. Cohen's soothing her. He's taking control. He's helping her through the intensity. I don't actually, oh God. I'm not reading this.
No, you have to.
Okay. Their connection becomes instinctive and feral, body and scent replacing words. That's true. They talk about how scent replaces words. He opens her slowly, worships her, and when he finally moves inside her, it's both violent and reverent, acclaiming as much as a comfort. When he knots her, binding them together, she learns what it truly means to be his mate.
Yep. There it is. There it is.
And she got the werewolf anatomy lesson that we did in Bride.
And she's like, Misery did try to warn me about this.
I should have listened to Misery.
I should have listened to Misery.
She looked up the images on the internet, but she didn't have to because it was literally happening inside her body.
In chapter 34, she literally stops and looks at it.
Yeah. Next.
I tried to get my sister to read this book, and she was like, nope. And I was like, but it's like, you liked Bride. And she was like, yeah, but I don't ever need to read about knots ever again. I was like, what if I told you that she's in heat? And she's like, I'm not fucking reading this book. Okay. Chapter 34, the aftermath is equal parts hilarious and heartbreaking. Disagree. Serena, ever herself, fires off jokes about inflatable werewolf dicks. Yeah, so basically, like, she talks about how there's like a urban legend that werewolves have inflatable dicks, and it's like funny that it's rooted in reality. Cohen insists that none of this was ever just sex. It's about her. What follows is several days of unrelenting heat, raw, tender, intimate chaos where they lose all sense of time and self. Cohen takes care of her, feeds her, worships her, and fights the urge to bite her marking gland, knowing it would bond them for life. As the fever finally breaks, the world slows. They make love one last time, slow and deliberate, building something real even as it's about to end. Serena whispers that she loves him, and even though Cohen doesn't say the words, he shows it in every touch. I liked that part. I liked the part where he's like giving her water and giving her fruit. I liked that part. I have such a love-hate relationship with the soup in this book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it basically is. It's like, here, you must have a sip of water, and then now I'll get you off again. Here, you must have some more fruit. Here's your third orgasm in 20 minutes. Like,
here's what I want. I want to read about Serena and Cohen who aren't werewolves. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Because everything, it's like, if we remove, like, even the heat cycle, I'm fine with. If we remove the nodding from the equation, and even like the like mating bite marker, I'm fine with. It's just like the nodding and the like, that's where my cum goes. Like, if we remove that from the equation, I'm in. But the problem is we can't. They're werewolves.
They are.
It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
The last note I took in this book is on chapter 34, and it's when Cohen says, I'm the alpha of this pack. I know everything.
Okay.
Which I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've made that abundantly clear that I really like the grumpy flannel werewolf.
I have one note in chapter 38, and that's it. So I
was just vibing with the rest of this book. I was like, I'm not taking this one out.
This is like the 4 chapters of plot after this.
Yes. All right. It's chapter 35. After days in Cohen's cabin, Serena steps outside. She's like, holy shit, I feel good for like the first time in forever. I think she didn't realize how long she had been so sick. Amanda immediately warns her not to overthink the fact that everyone knows what she and Cohen have been up to. Serena learns that the vampire threat is over. Forgot there was a vampire threat.
Thank you.
But Cohen drops a bomb. He's stepping down as alpha so that they can be together. Serena begs him not to, reminding him that the pack needs him more than she does. But Cohen has already read the letter she wrote for him in case she died. He confesses he can't live without her. Serena, heartbroken and resolute, tells him she won't stay if he abandoned his duty. But before they can unravel that, Amanda rushes in with news. Nellie wants to talk about Irene's next move. During their meeting, Nellie admits her sister is still with the cult and reveals Irene's followers are stockpiling guns and explosives and that they're preparing for something catastrophic on the prophet's birthday. I liked all of this.
So you said the word resolute. In my mind, obviously goes to the greatest Nicolas Cage movie of all time, National
Not where
Treasure.
my mind went at all, but I'm really glad it's where your mind went.
Where he had to go to the Resolute desk and get the next piece of the puzzle.
The Resolute desk is in the news right now.
Is Nicolas Cage there?
No, there's either a very good replica of the Resolute desk at Mar-a-Lago, or the Resolute desk has been moved to Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, that's really funny.
It's not.
Well,
it doesn't belong to him. It belongs to the people.
It belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
Guys,
Kim has no idea. She doesn't watch movies.
I do watch movies. I have, in fact, never actually seen National Treasure.
That's a tragedy.
Well, we actually just referenced 2 different movies about great archaeologists.
I don't know what the other one is.
It was from
Indiana Jones.
Okay, well, I've seen all those.
Well,
Harrison Ford, Jewish.
Hmm.
Nicolas Cage, Italian.
There it is.
Yeah.
He's a Coppola.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Also, Nicolas Cage and Jason Schwartzman, cousins.
Whoa.
Jason Schwartzman, Jewish.
Guys, we're figuring it out.
Yeah,
This
and
is
Italian, I think. I think he's
like
both.
actual national
the
treasure.
He's the key. There are actually plenty of Italian Jews in the Roman Jewish community, is the oldest Jewish community outside of the Middle East. So I don't know why I'm like, the people must be united. They've been united.
Yeah.
All right.
I did like the beginning of this, the first like interaction she had with Amanda, where Amanda was like, "Oh, like please don't overthink the fact that everybody like knows what went on," and Serena was like, "I wasn't.
I wasn't gonna." Something that comes up in this book that's going to come up in Quicksilver too is this idea of like holding non-humans to human standards.
Yeah.
And like this comes up a lot with Cohen, where it's like it's inhumane, and it's like, yeah, I'm not a human. And that is something that comes up quite quickly in the beginning of Quicksilver.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think it's important when you're reading these books to be like, oh, right, they're fucking wolves.
Right.
And they're fucking wolves.
Fucking wolves.
Yeah.
You guys just both at the same time did it. It was cool. All right. Chapter 36, the Pax War Council gathers in Cohen's cabin, grim and focused. They debate how to stop Irene before she strikes, but Serena proposes something reckless. She wants to use herself as bait. Irene still sees her as Constantine's heir, and Cohen would come for her just like before so that they could turn that trap back on the cult. Cohen refuses, furious and protective, but Serena stands her ground. She reminds him that his love means that he has no authority over her, and wins. The next day, the plan unfolds. Serena and Amanda head to the border while Cohen seethes nearby, forced to let her go. Their goodbye kiss is raw, desperate, and final, and public. They kissed in front of everybody, including like a member of the
assembly.
Yeah. Serena allows herself to be captured, only to find Irene waiting, cold, composed, and promising to make Serena either her successor or her martyr. When Serena spots is it cache or cachet?
Yes.
Cash.
The stockpile of weapons.
Oh, it's cash then.
What?
It's cash then.
It's cash.
That's what you say. That's what they say in the video games.
Cachet has a T at the end.
That makes sense. That would be French. What's a cachet then?
Like the cachet, like the vibes, vibes.
News to me. The cache of weapons and bombs. The reality sets in. Irene plans an attack far deadlier than anyone realized. It's giving Waco. Serena sees blood on her arm and realizes Irene's people have cut out her tracker. The trap has flipped. Cohen's coming for her, but he might be too late.
Yeah, we won't. There's only like 10 pages left in the book. He's coming to
4 chapters.
Yeah, and they're like 10 pages each.
They are fast chapters.
Chapter 37.
The vampire thing was wrapped up in a sentence.
Yeah, so. I that was unnecessary. Like we just didn't. If we weren't going to do anything with it, we didn't need to do anything with it.
Yeah.
All right. Serena wakes to find her tracker gone and realizes Irene used it to set a trap for Cohen and the Northwest. She tricks her guards into loosening her restraints, shifts into her wolf form for the first time since childhood, and escapes. Small but fierce, white, and not for the first time since childhood.
No,
for the first time since Heat. Small and fierce, white and gold, utterly her. She tracks the cult through the forest to find the battle already raging, fire tearing through the trees. Serena dives into the chaos, saving Pavel.
Sure.
and fighting alongside the pack before spotting Cohen racing into the blaze to rescue Nellie's sister. She sees Irene aiming a rifle at his back. Serena doesn't hesitate. She leaps between them in her wolf form, taking the bullet meant for him. Her last thought before darkness falls. Not on my watch, Auntie.
She
I like
becomes a little puppy.
Little puppy.
You're back.
She's small. She's a small wolf. Cohen says she's small.
And she like barks at him. And so she's
It's
like,
cute. It's
yeah,
cute.
I picture her more like Onyx in the next book that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Looks more like a fox than like
Looks
a
more
wolf.
like a fox than a wolf. I agree.
It's like a little Pomeranian, you know?
No, she's bigger than that.
She's a little Cedric.
I'm being stared
Yes,
at by
The beasts.
my wolf. Okay. Chapter 38. Serena wakes in a hospital bed days later, groggy but alive, with misery at her side and a frog in her lap. Because of course. Irene's dead. Cohen's furious, and misery is misery. She's lecturing Serena for keeping secrets about her feet, her injuries, and basically everything. Their fight turns raw and real as misery admits her own insecurities about motherhood. She's basically adopted Anna and being a bad influence.
All right.
The two reaffirm that no one will ever understand them like they understand each other. Serena finally confesses that she loves the Northwest and maybe wants to stay there even if she can't be with Cohen. Misery supports her, teasing her about her 3-day compulsory fuckfest before offering to cut toenails and talk about nodding like true soulmates do.
I mean, that just sounds like friends.
I love them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
She
What chapter is this?
Serena.
38.
She tells Serena she has been de-aunted.
I love that.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Anna got a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember about what, but I wrote that she got a tattoo.
It's a narwhal.
What?
It's a narwhal.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I guess Serena must have been talking to Sparkles, like, Sparkles, how have you been? Or something like that. And Misery says Sparkles can't talk, which I thought was very funny.
I love that.
Yeah, I love Misery.
Yeah, Anna tells her that Sparkles says hi.
Oh, that's what it was, right?
And she says, yeah,
Sparkles can't.
Sparkles can't talk.
so good. All right. So chapter 39, Cohen faces the assembly for being emotionally compromised. Serena worries her presence might cost him his alpha title. When he returns home, she's awkwardly caught trying and failing to fix his toaster. The tension between them breaks into a raw, quiet reunion. Serena finally admits she was wrong. Cohen is her mate, and she'd known it deep down from the start. Cohen's like, I know. And she's like, how did you know? And he's like, meeting me for the first time sent you into heat. Like, what are you talking about?
It's the name of the book, girl.
It's the name of the book.
Have you not been reading the same book as we
this
have?
came out as I said that. Do you want to give a vocal reaction to meeting me for the first time sent you into heat? He says, ew.
Does he want to give a reaction to, that is where my cum goes?
He went, okay. So you have
He's
to
like,
watch-
where else would it go?
He said, where else would it go?
Where did it go?
Where did it
You
go?
know where it went. You know where it went.
Where it was supposed to go.
Where it was supposed to go.
You never know in these books.
No, it went in the places you're probably thinking.
What is your thoughts on the heat cycle? He doesn't want to do it. That's okay, because we do have a special guest session thing today that Kim hasn't heard yet.
I don't know.
Rick, you were in
Oh.
the room.
Okay.
It's Mary. We have a Mary's Missives.
Oh, right.
Okay. Cohen is her mate. She'd known it deep down from the start. Cohen tells her he already suspected their connection was never ordinary. But when she tries to brace for him to step down, he surprises her. The assembly has lifted the celibacy covenant, acknowledging that her presence makes him a better leader, which I agree with.
Yeah.
The two finally let themselves imagine a life together, quiet mornings, pack business, Twinkle's sleeping on their bed, and Cohen admits that when he calls her a nuisance, it's always meant I love you. I think I highlighted that part. Let me find it. Because I loved that part. That was the part I said I wrote for real. He sighs, tightens his hold on me. Such a fucking nuisance. I wonder why it took me until this very moment to realize that it's been his way of saying I love you all along. I
To
loved
it, Kim.
I loved it. Did you like that part?
No, Tristan.
We're actually recording. Great. That's
We did
chapter
it.
39. Well, there's an epilogue.
There is more?
Yeah, the epilogue is from Cohen's perspective.
There's the
Okay.
soup at the end.
Yeah. 6
Oh,
weeks
right.
later, Serena has officially moved in, and life in the Northwest is gloriously ordinary. Crosswords, woodworking, lazy porch mornings, and boring married routine bliss. Cohen's obsessed, trying to hide how feral he gets when they're apart. His seconds tease him about being unbitten because he still hasn't marked her, and he insists he's being respectful. But when he returns from a trip, Serena launches herself into his arms, and one thing leads to another, and she bites him first.
Yep.
The blood, the shock, the pride, it's everything. She panics, apologizing, but Cohen is overjoyed to finally be hers. She shyly asks if he wants to bite her too, and he practically blacks out from happiness before marking her in return. And that's the book.
Yeah. It's all about soup.
Ta-da.
We read it. It didn't end with, and then the land was free of the vampires. It ended with, you're mine.
It ended with, we are now truly mated.
Right.
We're going to live happily ever after.
I mean, look, it's my fault because the book is called Mate. I don't know what else I should have expected. Yeah.
I have a query.
Mm-hmm.
Is Phantasma about soup?
I mean, I don't think so.
There's so much more soup in Phantasma than there is in this book.
There is, but like the purpose of Phantasma was like the plot of it was to like win the game. The soup just happens a lot. No?
I'm not mad about there being a lot of soup. As I said, it did feel like she kind of shoved the plot around it. And so particularly the vampire thing, like I'm still thinking about that, where it's just like, oh yeah, Owen cleaned up the council, and it's all resolved.
I was mad about the vampire thing.
I'm like okay with that because I mean these are the only two Ali Hazelwood books I've read, but based on what you've told me, it seems like she does write a lot of romance books. So like she just leaned into what she likes and then threw the fantasy around, which is fine.
She's a fan fiction writer who got a book deal. This is like her 87th book, but that she writes, like, no shade to her, but that's how she writes. And so that's what you're in for. You just like got to be prepared for that, I guess. I enjoy it. I have read 4 Ali Hazelwood books this year. But that's what it is.
All right, we have a busy day. Stars.
I have problematic summer romances waiting for me on Libby right now.
My sister did not love that one.
Darn. Okay.
But she also refused to read Mate, so I don't know.
I did not like this or dislike it more than Bride. I think personally I gave Bride a 4, and I'm giving this also a 4. I enjoyed it. I think I liked it up until like the same point of Bride where it like started stronger and then it like I think it did the same thing for me that Bride did. So for me, on par with Bride, which is good. So I'm giving it 4 stars.
I'm also giving it 4. I like Serena and Cohen better than I liked Misery and Low. And frankly, her characterization and the dialogue like is what makes this book for me. At the end of the day, I'm like, the plot was stupid. But fortunately it is a character-driven book and I really like them. So I give it a 4.
I agree. I also gave it a 4. I just looked back and I gave Bride a 3.5. I liked this more than Bride for exactly that reason. I've been very clear about my love for Cohen throughout this whole time, so I'm gonna shut up about it.
See, I think for me, it's funny. I like Cohen more than Low, but I like Misery more than Serena.
Sure.
Those are just
You
my
like
vibes.
vampires more than werewolves.
I do. It's not close.
Yeah.
It's really not close.
Yeah. Soups.
There was a lot of it, and like that was the plot of it. When it was good, it was good. When it was bad, it was bad. I think I'm gonna settle in like a 3.5 cans of soup. Like I like that. For me, that feels okay.
I'm gonna give it a 3 cans of soup. There was plenty of it. I don't think there was like a single scene that I was like, oh yeah, I was really here for that particular scene. Like I didn't actually like the cell soup, the cup of noodles, early on, and then like the 2 chapters are they're just like literally going at it for 4 days. Like some of it was sweet, but also it's just sort of like, no, I don't really want to know that you are really excited about this is where your cum goes. So
I have sort of been waffling between a 3.5 and a 4. I looked back. I don't know if I gave Bride 4 soups or if we as a podcast gave Bride 4 soups, but I feel like I want to adjust that. I don't feel like I feel like that's too high. But yeah, I mean, there was so much that I liked about the soup, and then like in that chapter where it was all soup, I was like, oh, okay, okay, yeah, oh. And like that journey is, I don't know. I think I'm gonna land at a 3.5.
Funnily enough, I just looked back at my Bride rating. I also gave it 3.5. I didn't realize that, so I guess I like this more than Bride. So, anywho, so it sounds like.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was about to say what you were going to say. So
As a podcast, we're giving it 4 stars and 3.5 soups.
Yep.
Okay, and what did we give Bride? 3.5 stars and 4 soups.
I think so.
I think I'm gonna need to. What I actually want to do is I will, or we can split it if you guys want. I want to go back to the end episode. I want to go back to see what we rated them, and then do like do we still feel this way episode, like an end of the year wrap up type of thing.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, our end of year wrap up.
End of the year wrap up. Great. Let's end on Mary's missives, because we're not going to do what else are we reading, because we're going to do that in the next episode. I think I can play it through my computer. Let me know if you can hear it.
So, Mary, what was your favorite part of our recent podcast?
Pause. Yeah, we tell them what this is. I just realized that. So our friend Mary at work, we interviewed her on what she thought of Mate. She has no idea what this book is.
Longtime listeners, sorry, you're right. Longtime listeners who were listening back in the spring when we were recording in person every week may recall that people just wandered into our office. And so we interviewed them about books that they had never read. And we were really missing that. So Rick and I did a quick little 5-minute interview with Mary, with her thoughts on a book she's never read. And this segment is called Mary's Missives.
Because I'm so aware that there's a werewolf involved, and this werewolf is a hybrid. I mean, I know that there's some controversy out there. Is it a hybrid? Not a hybrid. I'm watching it right now. It's a hybrid werewolf, and the hybridity of it is really about.
Sorry, I know what to do. Hold, please.
We're holding.
We need some hold music.
Dude. Meow meow. Meow meow meow.
If I
meow 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 meow.
Can you hear me?
Meow meow. Yeah.
Does this sound okay?
Hybrid. I'm squashing it right now. It's a hybrid werewolf, and the hybridity of it is really about good and evil, about love and hate, and about friendship and not friendship. And if I was a werewolf, while I might be out there and angry and explosive and frustrated, I'm also just one being looking to connect with another being. So join together, bring the werewolves together. Stop being so scared. We're just there to exist in the way that we're all trying to exist and get through each day as best as we can. I mean, don't you agree?
I do agree. I'm really interested in your take on Serena and Cohen's relationship.
Serena and Cohen, where do we even begin? I mean, should we call it the love story of the century?
I think so.
Or should we call it the biggest mistake ever made?
I mean, I don't know.
So
What do you think?
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes in the book, and I still
Sure.
remember it.
sure.
What do you
I'm
think?
sure it's the same as mine.
It probably is. How do you feel when Serena said, "I remain, I remain tragically unfucked"?
I don't want to say that word.
She
But
said,
I'm
I remember
with
she
you.
was like, "I remain tragically unfucked."
Well, so she's not feeling fulfilled. And I think many women understand this experience.
So she just wants to be filled.
She wants to be, you know, I'm going to use your vocabulary. Yes, she wants to be filled, but not in the physical sense. She wants to be filled emotionally. That cup, let it runneth over with love and compassion.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry, she absolutely wants to be filled physically.
It's both. It's both.
She's in heat, literally.
She's in heat. You don't get to tell me what the differentiation is.
Last question for you, Mary. My conspiracy theory about this book is that the Northwest Pack, led by Cohen, is Jewish. And the Southwest Pack, led by Lowe, is Sicilian. They're friends, right? Because Cohen is kind of an older brother figure to Lowe. What's your take on Jewish werewolves?
I mean,
Or Sicilian werewolves, if you feel more comfortable speaking
I don't
about them.
know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but the first thought of my mind is QAnon. I think that that's a bit of a conspiracy. I think it's not up to us to decide the identity and who these characters are. I think they're going to show us. So while you're using the word Jewish, like, but what does Lowe Cohen really really believe his identity is? And for Lowe, I mean, you're saying that Lowe is Sicilian. I mean, have they lived in Sicily?
He lived in Europe, but I don't
He lived in
Amsterdam,
Europe, yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, I'm not ready to make a jump. I mean, the Sicilian culture, as you know, is a very tight-knit community, and that's all I'm gonna say. I've got nothing else. This sounds like a conspiracy theory, and I just want to say they are just two beings looking to connect, and labeling them otherwise against each other, each other, is really the root issue with this country.
Wow, I mean, it's that I believe in Sicilian Jewish solidarity. And so I'm using this as a representation of that. I'm sorry that you didn't get that backstory. Rick, any final questions for Mary before we end this much awaited segment of Mary's missives?
No, I don't think so. But did you enjoy the whole heat scene where she had to
It's not a scene, it's a whole chapter.
it's like
Right.
3 chapters in a row of her
It's
getting
true.
like,
Yeah, listen,
Is she having some
I'm a young or middle-aged adult reader, and there are parts of that experience that are really fun to read. Do I think it was overkill? Yeah, we could have done it in 1 chapter and not 3 chapters. I also believe in the privacy of these characters, and I feel like I know too much. I shouldn't know this much.
let's
And
talk
maybe
about
that's my Catholic upbringing. Maybe it's my Catholic upbringing where there's like a certain level that I'm comfortable with. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm glad she's getting some, but I didn't need to be part of the entire journey.
Yeah, last question, Mary, what else are you reading? This is an honest question you can answer honestly.
Sweet. I'm reading Brothers and Sisters by Diane Lane.
Oh, great.
Diane Keaton, who recently passed away. And I love her so much, and she reads the book, and I just need to have her in my life. So I'm reading all of her books this month. That is my goal.
That's great.
Different than, there's no werewolves in that one.
Yeah, understandable. Like,
And we're not really worried about the Jewish Sicilian coalition.
all right. Thank you,
Thanks,
Mary.
Thank you, Mary, for those gems.
Incredible. We love Mary's missives. I missed it.
the best.
Boom.
I think that's it for this episode.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and or listening. Bye.
Bye.